For people of the future, my name is the Projectian. I've come here to make a very important message. Right now, the current moment is around January 24, 2025. Welcome to the newest video. This video will be discussing very deep and dark topics, talking about rational discussion, the world's safety, the wildfires of California, Elon Musk and the Nazis, Adobe and the people, mostly their subscribers, in the issue of subscription services taking advantage of their consumers, as well as arbitration clauses within businesses that are being kept secretly from us, as well as the Vtuber discrimination occurring throughout Twitch and YouTube, which rather it's not to follow the CEO of Twitch, but rather a misconception that's been passed around the Vtuber community. I've also looked into the growth of Hololive and KizunaAI's return, and that'll be also happening as well at the same time. Florida is going through a massive deportation crisis that's been passed out, and Donald Trump just signed a really stupid law or little thing trying to override the birthright to citizenship. When if you were born here, you get citizenship because you were born on the United States soil. Your blood and your very hard work here, like everything that you've just done, he wants to sign that away from you. He also signed the deportation thing so that they start with Florida, which is my stupid state. The first thing, so that they can kick out people from all over. We have restaurants taking advantage of like all the consumers as well, basically, and we have Ticketmaster. The issue from Ticketmaster, we're trying to split them apart from from their other company that's taking over a literal 80% of the market. We have Visa, MasterCard, specifically MasterCard, who couldn't care less about the consumers either, or the competition, like paying them straight outright, to so that they can not compete with them at all. We have that issue coming up as well. The Vtuber discrimination as well. That has been really stupid. I've seen people get literal flagged and false reported to oblivion, and they lose their channel. If you don't have a voice, well, goodbye. That's what happens to your stupid channel. I've looked on YouTube and had people send false copyright claims towards my channel and other people's channel. Around 16 of my favorite content creators literally lost their channel within that time. All their endeavors interrupted. They had to tell their families that they couldn't get the money, and some VTubers all got demonetized on YouTube for fraud or explicit content or promoting criminal gang organizations. That's really stupid. I'm getting sick and tired of what's going on. Billionaires, specifically business people, taking over the majority of the water in California. You know what Trump said? You know what the stupid idiot said? Donald Trump said, look, they could just turn on the water and take out all the fire. Where do you think all the water is controlled by? Around two people in the stupid state of California who currently take over most of all the soil and the entire place. All the water it costs. They add a price to water. They sell water. Do you know what that is? If anybody knows what that is, you should know very well your history. You know about voting? You all voted as one of the most violent. You look what you did to Joe Biden. I don't care about politics as a whole. I don't care about politics. But one of the worst things you can do is vote somebody far worse and think he's gonna solve all the problems in our stupid country, my country, that I'm staying in, that he's trying to destroy everybody's control of. They don't want you to think you have control. Rational discussion has went through trash. It's went through the bottom depths of the abyss. Nobody can discuss something seriously with a serious face anymore. It's all gone. It's all gone. All of you, sat down, you watched your stupid TV, and you did nothing. People literally don't even know the definition of what the P word is anymore for an adult who preys on smaller people, children. They don't know what that means anymore. They don't know what talking rationally means anymore. I think if you talk rationally, you have an ego. That is the most stupidest thing I've ever seen. We have literal Elon Musk supporting extreme people, and I don't care about if they're in the party, left or right. I don't care if they're left or right. Then Elon Musk is supporting a bunch of people who support the Nazis. Isn't it logical that somebody like that, who literally bought Twitter to cause havoc and mayhem, don't you all at least see that there's something slightly off about that? I'm gonna lower the volume just a bit because I know it's gonna fry. How did you all just let that happen? He's literally censoring anybody who judges him. We had Elon Musk exposed by Literal Quinn, who plays Path of Exile 2 for hours on end, streams 40, 50, 20, 30 hours, 10 hours, 8 hours. It doesn't matter. He faked playing games. He faked this Quake gameplay. We had the stupid honey scam that occurred around or so, where they literally just took advantage of their consumers by abusing the coupon codes, controlling stores, literally robbing people of their commissions from links that you would see, cookies that literally replace. Who mentioned the the dynamic click, first click? They have first click, they have last click strat. That thing, oh yeah, it's getting the money. They're gonna have to return those billions of views worth of money back to the people. So little legal eagle had to take them to felon court and sue them. Now that they're all, I bet they're starting to battle. They're willing to think that they're gonna battle for it. I saw my very family having to deal with the rent going $100 plus, and they had to move with somebody else. Right now, my family, they're gonna do moving. All this stuff, you're gonna see me somewhere else. I know my poor cadets, they're young, they're all teenagers, they're not ready for the world. I'm trying to train them so that they can be mentally stable, mentally strong enough to take on the world as a whole, which is filled with the coolest, most darkest, most sadistic strat that I've ever seen ever possible. There are people dying on the streets. There are health insurance companies denying people of their health care. Healthcare should be a stupid right. Bernie Sanders getting into his 70s and 80s, literally soon, warning us for decades. No, you happen to know? He discussed rational discussion. And guess where everybody went? Nobody can discuss things without going, I'm gonna send a nuke towards your home planet, your home world. Oh, you want to own something? Well, we're not gonna make you think you own something, which Adobe said to the consumers. And if you think that I'm still lying, how does their frailing stock even define anything that needs to do that they are doing the right thing? Like I said, I've seen the Elon video. Oh, Netflix has a bunch of stocks. It doesn't matter! Money, money, money! Money, money! Politics! Who gives a shit? How are you people supporting these dictators? These little fascists who are taking your rights away? Who are supporting companies that want to take your work, your property, your life, they want to put you in the contracts where you work for them for the rest of your stupid life? They want to put you down, put you under the ground. We're going to the trenches. They're sending us to wars, and you still don't notice that. I'm 19 years old. I haven't even gone to my second decade of life yet. And my rights they're stripping the rights of my poor parents. They're stripping the rights of my grandparents. They are taking advantage of all your rights. Our rotation clauses literally hidden in your stupid contracts, terms and services, that right there says that you can't sue them even when somebody dies. They are a little too court. The little Senate is dormant. We treated like Joe Biden like trash, and I saw you all do it. You couldn't even hear him make a decent thought. He was the most decent. Now lives on a senile old man who had at least the mind to be able to say something about it. In his last message, he warned about the oligarchy, but you all stupidly fucking didn't listen. You voters who voted for Trump, get yourself fucking educated. You literally you're ruining your world right now. He does not give a shit about you. He literally does not give a shit. He will strip your grandparents' rights away. You thought you lived the fucked life. He made it worse. He's gonna make it worse. He's already only a few days inside of Congress, and he was literally ripping away your rights. He is making sure corporations take more of their control. He wants to make sure that consumers pay up. We're becoming slaves. He wants to take over the world. You all see how China's doing. He doesn't want to compete with China. He wants to work with China. He tried to reverse the TikTok thing so that it could be sold to somebody else. He tried to remove it. I finally got to see TikTok go away for a moment. I saw Temu go away. I saw Alibaba. I think people mentioning places that could be taken away. I was like, sure, do it. Oh, well, he couldn't reverse the ban on TikTok, but instead he just left it up so that somebody else could purchase it because he wants to put in a much, so he wants to invest in it. He invested in it. Guess what? Money coming from Elon Musk, who is still supporting very extreme opinions online. He is very extreme people on the internet. He's making sure it looks like it's rationalized, trying to make it look like it's okay to make you all slaves. And some of you fucking agree. Some of you literally right. You literally don't study anything. He literally was carried every time. He's faked his computer science knowledge. He's faked his gaming knowledge. And the lowest you can go is gaming. There's, guess what? Ubisoft is paying the price of. Ubisoft is suffering for one game right now. They fell down. You wanna know what happened to their other games? Yeah, they fell down as well. Even more towards the addition, we are basically on the roads. Gas and oil companies are also, they're still living and thriving. We have literal terrorists, literal people coming in over into our country faster than the very immigrants we're trying to kick out, that we're calling immigrants. Guess who they're calling? Not saying we're, not my people. The people over there will think that it's right to do that just so. Yeah, I think it's right to kick out criminals and deport them if they're not from our country. If they did that, good on them. Good on them. We're starting with the first wave of people that really need to get out of the country. Then, oh, let's just do the next thing and take on innocent people who don't even at all have anything to do with the business of the United States, who just want to go in there to live a better life because their country can't simply give them what they need. Sometimes they think that's better to go to the United States just because they think it's better for what they need. But they try to justify that, of course. They really try. I'm getting sick and tired of it. I said that 2 times, and I am actually feeling sick. I'm shivering. The world's burning. Everything's going to shred. Somebody's firing somebody else. We've had Donald Trump signing another stupid thing, like signing the friendly contract out of the Paris and United States agreement for climate change. Climate change, just ignore that. We can't ignore that. You know what's going on with the doomsday clock right now? The doomsday clock's getting worse. It's getting closer to midnight. That's when the world's going to go into real havoc and chaos. That will be the doomsday event. Not me. Not because I said so. A lot of people did a lot of things that got us towards this result towards today. And I have complaints. I left enough complaints. I spent most of my life honing my skills, ready so that I am prepared for the world and have to carry my cadets and my own friends, my cousins, if I make any, along the way, so they don't have to live through this, and at least help me fight what's going out over there. They are trying to justify all of their illegal acts, their immoral acts. They're trying to make it look like it's the right thing to do. They're teaching our children this. The hyper casual industry for gaming is right there, running the minds of our children, running the minds of my friends, running the minds of my stupid sister, who sadly is unable to do math, and she's 6 years old as a girl, who's living under a Hispanic household. And I don't care if she was born from here. It's the same thing. They should be able to do this. College is still expensive. It's not returning. I hope she comes back. And VTuber tech has been exploding, innovating. We have the AI streamer thing happening. And guess what? Donald Trump also tried to send a bill where he's spending a bunch of money trying to advance the AI industry with $250 billion. He's spending left and right, trying to do that all over and over. Art is not being threatened by AI. What's threatening to art as AI is the very creator himself. We are the threat to our art. You all keep looking at AI as a threat. What you guys don't see is the very threat that the people like me, artists, you guys are the ones who is the threat to art. Because you guys can't make your own thing without people snatching at it or you copying other people's ideas. You have to start learning how to live without copying and making fan art. At some point, you will have to make your own art so specific and so it's like formal. For one instance, people think that it's going to replace their jobs. How will AI that is right now trained on the data of billions of people, right now, how the world is right now, how do you think the AI is going to ever take over the world at some point if we're too stupid to even defend ourselves? Specifically, people who don't want to defend themselves, who vote for dictators and vote for people who literally want to take over your budget. Their budget. They want to cut your salaries. Guess what? They are cutting our salaries. He just signed that. Donald Trump just signed that. Oh, the same thing. Your families? Who gives a shred? It's getting expensive to maintain it. Oh, birth rate in gender and LGBTQ. I could give less care of that. I'm just gonna say you have the right to birth whatever. And if you don't want to have the birth, go ahead, have the abortion. That's all fine. It looks like they're trying to remove that. Guess what? They removed that. They turned over the Roe v. Wade. Well, that sucks. What a bummer. You can't do that anymore. If somebody literally touches you or does something bad to you, well, you're gonna have to have their child. Well, you can't do anything about it because now you're gonna have their child. You're not gonna be able to say anything because they just removed abortion. Cool. Ron DeSantis, he's promoting a bunch of really extreme points and views. He literally just altered the very system of my school and how it works. He just altered the very board of education and basically all of my councils, my school councils there. Guess what? They're all flipped over, turned in over. They're right. LGBTQ, just be whoever you want to be. Love any person. Pain and suffering is the same. It doesn't matter if it's a guy, girl, girl. I don't care. All I want is that you all don't make yourselves look like stupid idiots online by saying flag all over the place. Just love whoever you want to be. You don't have to announce that I'm gonna come out as pansexual. Just meet somebody. If they like you for who you are in first person, then you're great. You're good. You don't have to announce it. You don't have to make a video. You don't have to put on makeup, put on a dress or bikini to do that. No! Just meet the person. Meet people in real life. If you're going to meet them in the internet, don't just straight up say I'm pansexual. No! Just be yourself. Just say, I'm this. This is my name. This is that. And when they talk to you and figure you out, that's how you'll learn about each other. We're also trying to justify war. Guess what they did to the veterans? They just completely cut them off of their very treatment and services. They just did that. They literally just did that. Russia, guess what? It's 25th year. He's in his 25th year. Vladimir Putin. Well, there goes that. He's there. Oh, and online, look, every time you say a racial slur or something like that, maybe it is a racial slur to somebody else. Well, guess what? Guess you're in trouble. You get banned. Well, they'll try to cancel you. Cisgender, what the fuck? That's doing that. Same thing. He's doing that. He argued with a bunch of people online. I saw him fake a lot of things. Not just that. He's managing companies. He plays a game. Gets quickly debunked that he's actually faking being a World League player. He faked this Quake. He faked Pax Excel. He faked Diablo. I don't know what else to tell you. That's just coming there. It's free. It's free. Houses? Well, too expensive. Oh, want to move somewhere else? Well, that place is also expensive. Because what? Because there's a monopoly and they don't want you to own a house. Well, they're going to put you to the side because they don't care about you. Why the fuck are you voting for these people? It's not just the president. Oh, we're going to go over to the government level. The states. The states are also an issue. The states, the very people there, senators, representatives, they're all people that are trash. They don't know anything better. A lot of them are in their 30s or 40s and they don't understand the internet. The internet records everything that they say, but they still don't know about that. I literally just talked to a lot of different people over time. Some of them don't even know what things are until I tell them what it is. And that gives me a huge eye-opening moment where I'm just like, maybe they literally just don't know at all what they're talking about, because they literally don't know at all what they're talking about. They literally don't know. If you think you're making educated statements right now, if you think that you're a smart person, go ahead and talk with them. Call them. Send them emails, but you want to do that because a lot of you don't want to do that. You don't want to fight. You want to preferably lose your rights to some person who's fat, who has billions of dollars, who another fat person gave billions of dollars to, which Donald Trump has right now at the moment. So, whether or not you like it or not, that's what's going on. And the Japanese are going through their third golden era, their third golden modern era, and it's going to shut right now. They're preparing for war, and well, guess what? We'll have people Indians. Well, guess what? Indians and Chinese people. Well, let's go. Let's just let them take over every single company that to speak of. You have Mark Zuckerberg going through transitions, and guess what? The people still think that because he went through a transition, he's being a better person. Now he's not being a better person. That's not what's finally happening. The fuck are you talking about? Look at all the atrocities that happen. Besides TikTok, there's a lot of different things. And you think, oh, they're just staying on data. It's casual that they stole our data. Why the fuck are you still trying to rationalize? It's still trying to justify. Think that it should be casual for our data to be sold and given to companies like these. Why do you think it should go over to them? What makes it right that you think that it should be normal to accept that our data is given away? And that whenever suddenly a breach or a hack happens, suddenly it should be justified in casual to accept that our data got a breach happened and our data just literally goes out to the internet the sea of internet out there, and so that someone can go, oh look, my social security. Same thing. Just guess what? You know what they're doing? They want to remove Social Security for all the older people and certain people. If for citizenship, he wants to do that as well. Guess what? If you don't have it, then you won't be able to work at all, even if you were born here, which he tried to remove recently, which is what that birthright, the citizenship, yeah, that thing as well. Adding more to like this issue, 23andMe recently just collapsed. We had somebody, you know who you are, Sister Susan, who the CEO, the former CEO of YouTube, that passed away recently due to her loss of the battle of cancer. Susan, yeah, the sister of Susan. She's kind of in a heat right now, dealing with the court and people suing the 23andMe and all her companies. Right now, all of her rich friends are they're just withdrawing from the entire process. They don't want to work with her. They think that she's an idiot. They think that she's really stupid and cause their doom. And if they stayed there, they think they'd lose money. Guess what? Those people are also rich people. They're also rich wannabes who also want only money. They don't really care about you, and they still want to drag as much as they want as possible out from your wallet. The same thing for PayPal. And same thing for MasterCard. Like what they're doing right now is monopolizing everything, taking over and taking a massive fraction. Guess what? The CEO gets over 50% of what they get from the company. They are literal multi-billionaires, hundreds of, you could say hundred billionaires. You can call that all you want. It doesn't really make any sense to me that this form of money, just so you know, that they're getting isn't at all clean. It's all done from greedy, dirty things that they did over time, like taking and snatching people's rights away. We have literal companies trying to take over, let's say, the license of a series that was animated. Even an animated series, an animated movie, they're trying to push out 3D movies now. Disney, for example, they're currently flopping. They're still flopping. Marvel's also flopping. Also owned by Disney now as well. Since a few years back, they've been making great stuff, and then they've been making flops as well. That's been happening. Disney's also ignoring all the allegations. There's some of their own IPs going out into the public as well. At the same time, the people are making movies out of the Mickey Mouse thing as well. And guess what? We also have, let's say you know the Japanese people. I've been looking into it, and I see that sadly some of them support Donald Trump a lot, and they're just not educated because that's what they see. And the working conditions are ridiculously very bad there. We have animation studios going through like a lot of process. Some famous people are dying, like the very famous people that you know, like Studio Ghibli. A lot of people, different sorts. Dragon Ball's creator just died, passed away recently. We also have, I can literally stack the list and it goes on and on. There's terrible thing to next terrible thing to next immoral thing. It just continues to stack. This goes on over people's eyes, and they just don't want to give a shit about it. One of the most famous popular games are built by AAA's. MeSide recently released. MeSide's made by two literal developers. Of course, they were funded by a studio, but this was done by two people who made the tracks, visuals, 3D modeling, rig animations, and the voice lines. They hired voice actors for that. Incredible thing. Their music is also exploding. Japan, by the way, entering that the music industry is also monopolized, which was started by a gang that wanted to take over the music industry, is making it right to be paid almost nothing. They try to make that right is being paid almost nothing, paying artists like me. You want to get 1,000 replays on your song? Well, you're gonna get 3 cents. You're gonna get 3 cents. Are you proud of that? Yeah, you should take that and shove it in your mouth. Snoop Dogg's record for Dr. Dre, in those two collaborations, you got millions, billions of plays. You know how much? Thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars is what they get from that. They try to make that right. DistroKid's also trying to stop literal union forces, labor union. You know those union labor unions. They're also trying to strike that down. Elon Musk did that a few years back and tried to strike down labor unions as well at the same time. He did that. He tried to justify and people thought it was okay. People that are uneducated and who are ill that think it was okay. And the fact of the matter, alternatives always will exist. There's always other options you can try, but they only came up so recently. And it's very concerning that all of these options aren't really passed out to everybody. Even like the very fact that the internet that you're using is also filtered and also cleared and cloudy, it prevents people from looking at the right thing and studying, like finding it. It's impossible. Like the internet is massive, it's billions now, and it's so massive that people will have many communities in the part of the internet, and whatever you see there is what you'll see. They'll think that's what the internet is all about. The internet is so massive that people have different ways of treating rules, etiquette, conversations, friends, people, moralities, and ethnics. All of that is different from different communities all over around the internet. Any language that you choose to be, all styles, traditions, all of that, same thing. On the other hand, after mentioning that, like I told you, there's a video that I made on my YouTube channel that I posted that shows the services I use. And sadly, CapCut is part of TikTok. I'm using CapCut to edit this very video right now. Post it on my channel and tell you all the terrible news. Once CapCut disappears or it doesn't disappear and TikTok saved over here, well, yeah, somebody bought TikTok and they're going to continue their espionage right over here, spy on the information of United States citizens, and keep that happening. Legalize, make it think it's legal. Like, well, yeah, it should be casual that they should steal information. No, it shouldn't be stolen. Books all over the place, even books. The very fact about the book industry, the novel writing industry is also corrupt. It's all a bunch of romance. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna say it. The book industry is going war. It's just going war. It's just romance novel per romance novel, webtoons, favoritism. People are being excluded. If you don't write something that the majority likes, it won't get passed through publishers and reviewers when they inspect your book, your stories, and everything. I literally work there as well. I work in the writing place. I don't have an official job there because I can't trust somebody laying their hands on my stupid work, trying to steal the rights to it. And that's why intellectual property is being challenged, copyright is being challenged. People's voices are being copyrighted. In look, in my books, I literally had to publish it in my own Discord server, my own story, MM7, that thing. I drew everything on that. I had to literally put protections on that, right? Because sadly, there's some people who would like to steal it and make it seem like it's fine. And whenever I got business offers saying that they want to publish my story somewhere else on their website, or maybe get billions on it, millions of dollars, maybe thousands of dollars for starters. They just want to steal the rights and my controls over that story so they can reproduce it and do it somewhere else. But my story is so vast and complex, I can't even do that. And I also can't trust it. I go outside anywhere else, and it's just somebody who wants to steal my control, the control of my entire life process. Same thing for music production. A lot of the dolls, they're all going fine, but the very part about getting money and getting a face out there in the music industry is so terrible, so favoritized that everybody that goes up there, you see their names and faces everywhere. Famous people and celebrities, you only see their faces up there. You don't see any artists up there. You don't see any of them. They don't go up in your face. You don't see any new unique music. And people keep saying that the key change and a lot of things of like the music that they say, oh, I miss music back then in the 2000s. No, shut the fuck up. Music's always been amazing. There's a lot of songs where songs are super long, key changes, progressions, changes, genre bending stuff, all out there. It's been out there for decades. Any new revolution for the music? No, there's no new revolution. The music will pop up. That's the root, and that's where it started. That is where it started. That is where music started. 1990s, drum and bass. Bravo! Is out there. Oh, this one famous TikTok artist out there made like 1.3 million views, revolutionizing breakcore and drum and bass. Drum and bass and breakcore has always been out there, and that's just a few genres out there that exist. That I could name a bunch of others that are always doing fine. They've been doing fine. And people keep saying the music trend's going. Music trend is going down because people are not trying to search music. They are searching individualized name of individuals, like individuals' names, like bands. They are not searching for music. They are searching for names of bands, music. You don't know how many bands are up there in the music industry right now doing numbers? No, it's all solos or duos. All right, but besides that, I had somebody interrupt me in the middle of that. Besides that, policies. We got vague promises, reasons, and I don't need to say anything more else. It's all linked to different sorts of people. It's never one person. We all have to work together in this. And besides that, I'm gonna bring something else. I'll be getting into Roblox. If we don't work together though in this, these problems that I'm talking about will never go away. So we can all talk and complain, but we gotta do something about it. And that is the year to do that now. Roblox is currently having a bonding issue, and they don't want to deal with it. They want to deal with it in different ways or bans, so the people have a less chance. They don't want to address it. Roblox has been avoiding things. They've been banned in Turkey. We've had people deal with TikTok. You know, TikTok and Roblox at the same time, you know what they're doing? They're trying to remove things. They're adding things while removing some accesses for things. They removed gears. They removed guests. They removed ticks. They removed a few functions. I think they almost tried to remove the literal messaging system. They're trying to remove that right now. It's them inboxing so that we can get messages from people. Well, they're removing that. That's going away. Look at gas stations. Poor thing. You want to see what Subway? You want to see what's happening to Subway? They're losing money. And only losing money because they decided to give their customers fair share. Now they have to charge for things because they have no choice. They lose their competition, but they're still doing fine in Korea. Look at all their surroundings. You know what happened to those wildfires? It's all started going into flames. It's doing worse. And nobody's doing a strat. The people who are fighting there, heroes, people who give a strat. But look what Donald Trump's doing. He's saying that I don't know. They should have turned on the water. They did turn on the flooding water. You're looking so stupid right now. You guys don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. Nutsy this and this and that. You're supporting somebody who literally just says whatever, and you just believe them 100% of the time. You don't even think at all that you're supporting now is literally the devil to people's control. You will not have control. You will never have patience or rights. You will be slaves. He wants to make sure your wages cripple. He wants to give tax breaks to the rich. They're literally doing it right now at the speak of the moment. Healthcare is still not a right. Medicaid is still not a right here. I see other countries who are far less successful than the United States, not to criticize you, make that a right. And nobody's complaining. You can have it, whatever. But right here, we can't even do that! Poor Mr. Biden. You're treated like trash. Kamala Harris, treated like trash. Every single person, even the clergy, the very person, the clergy, that right there, you know the one at ceremony? She literally begged Donald Trump in the softest way possible. That normally doesn't happen a lot. She begged the president to save all the immigrants and not hope to give into chaos and let the world go into chaos. That's just the United States. It's going all over. Japan's being trashed. Their websites are being taken down. They're tackling piracy. They're removing people's, they're destroying people's work schedules. There's a heavy birth rate crisis. Donald Trump's trying to do the same thing. He's making it worse. The housing market is going to oblivion. It is going up like mountains. People are scaling massive obstacles. They're going through a bunch of loopholes, trying to figure out a way to be able to afford a failing house. College is still not free. He wants to remove the education system. Literally wants to remove the education system. You know that thing that you need for people to be able to at least study? No, he wants to remove that. He wants to remove that and give it to the government so that they can literally teach whatever they want instead. Look at what that's going to do to people. There are advantages and disadvantages. The education system sure is outdated, but it should be free. And it shouldn't just be randomly collapsed. The system, even if you remove the Department of Board of Education, even if you try to defund it, it's still there. It still will do its thing. But he still wants to remove it. Guess what? So that he can teach it whatever. He can teach whatever they want. They've been going around paying politicians, paying people, and I sadly had to say politicians because these people really love to make controversy and want to make everybody's life worse. They did that. I'm looking at Roblox getting shitificated. Blue Sky is doing fine, and we sadly are over there. We're having the time of a life. And we're trying to escape from all this chaos, but I can't go around without my stupid rights being a threat every constant quarter. The first day that he goes into office. This is the first day he goes into office. Just so you all know. And what he does is right away. So you all can tell what happens. Sign 25 executive orders to make everybody's life worse. You can research that in your own time. VTubers are getting discriminated left and right, doxxed, threatened, demonetized, false reported, flagged, their channels are getting deleted, people are saying mean things about them. I'm about to have to get out of her friendly way to make 2 interviews to explain where she is and who she is. She got harassed off of fucking TikTok over them there after 2.5 years of bullying and harassment from people from community where the content creator said not to bully and harass these people, but yet they go over there to bully and harass these people. They do that, and look, they're trying to justify the very act of bullying and harassing somebody online. Everything that you say, if you sit in front of a friendly police, you will get arrested straight on the spot. That's how tired of it right now I am. Click to cancel should be legal law. To click to cancel, that function. You all voted into this. Your stupid business and entrepreneurship worthless. In a world like this, do you think they are making your life easier? They're making your life harder. With my sister of 6 years old, who just turned 6 years old 2 days ago, if she had to look at everything that was going on right now, she'd be sad. And she's only 6. She's 6 and she doesn't know what's going on. She lived through COVID. And she survived as an infantile. My poor grandmother had a scare when the COVID there. But look at insurance. You know what the health insurance did? They denied the lives of many, many people. You know when that guy who took out the life of the CEO? Rest in peace, CEO. But I could care less about the CEO. You can go. You can go away. Go into the darkness. Go repent for all of the things and mistakes that you've done. Think about the millions of lives that you just literally threw away when you denied them the healthcare because you couldn't afford it. But look at your big pharma. You're all getting hundreds of billions of dollars in, and you can't even manage the lives of millions of people who would probably cost less to manage. And these poor doctors have to go out there. They're being attacked from people who are uneducated, who don't know anymore. They're going at doctors and saying that it's their fault, but it's not the fault of the doctors, it's the fault of the insurer, the people who are insuring those doctors so that they can treat you and tend to your injuries. Well, they can't do that. I've been avoiding the hospital since then so that my parents don't have to pay for anything at all and not have to deal with people literally scamming them. I had my teeth worked on. And my mother was able to gladly be able to afford it. She's still holding up to me right now. I'm 19. She could have just changed the plan up to me, but she couldn't because guess what? You want to know why? In this world right now, the current state of our planet, we're not even able to go off and say, I can live by myself. You can't live by yourself. Housing is so expensive that it's going off the charts. That look at that. You want to know what the wealth distribution of the planet is right now? It used to be like that. Now it's you shorten this like this. Here we go. All right. This is the wealth that we assume that they had. This is the wealth that they actually had. Right here. It's going above. This is the thing right now, but you push it over like this because the rest of it are gaining that wealth. I see people trying to emphasize that doing business is the right thing to do. Yeah, but when you do it the wrong way, my people have to go out there, fight the living hell of their lives in terrible living conditions, minimalistic lifestyles. We're not trying to get our voice. We don't have babies. It's too expensive to have kids. It is too expensive to marry. It is too dangerous to go out there and legally find somebody who can give you citizenship if you didn't come from this country. Or your rights are being constantly troubled. The police department is slamming you, and some of them are accusing you of things. They're trying to remove their freedom of speech on Twitter, which they've already done so far. And I think in Twitter it's gone so bad that I can't go around without having a singular Twitter video come up on my algorithm. That's been disturbing. The world's going to shred. I'm witnessing it. I'm trying to do something about it. People think they're not doing enough about it. Trust me, there's a lot of people trying to do something about it. We have streamer instances, we have CEOs and people who are trying to pledge large amounts of money towards each other so that they can get away with it. Go around. There's some people you can't even sue any rich person out there or any business because you can't afford it. Legal system's completely corrupt. It's turning into an oligarchy. Big rich people are taking over the government. And what do you think I said to say to some of you people who voted and kept this going on Twitter or on Instagram, any social media, where you say all this crazy crap? Look what's happening now. If you're gonna complain now, you should complain now. Because instead of complaining to the people who are very trying to fix the world, who you've been trashing your entire life right now, and now recently, 4 to 3 years, you've trashed a bunch of good people. Now look at the world. Look where it's at. And do you think that right now is the greatest era of all time? Do you think we're in a fucking golden age? I want you to go check your eyes, sear it in, clean them and rinse them, and I want you to look at me straight in the face. Do you think the world's okay right now? If I'm saying all of this right now, and it's not even all untrue, do you think the world right now is exactly the way you wanted it? Yeah, boy, this is just the start. My name's the Project Dude. This is Wet/Maggie. Been here for 7 years. I live in Florida, and I do not live a peaceful life, and you're not either. And if you think the world right now is right now okay, and you think that all of what they said justifies that what they're acting right now, while working with the most extreme, most violent people in this world, justifying violence, justifying riot, and pardoning all the criminals in the jail that support them. Like right now, that Donald Trump just did was pardoning a bunch of violent criminals. He also escaped jail. He escaped being in prison for a while. Do you think right now the world's okay? And that's just the United States. No, I don't think so.